Let's not kid ourselves. We all want to be liked, but we don't want to work so hard and we don't want to have to change who we are. I don't think you have to do that. Today, we're discussing 6 ideas on how you can be more likable and popular while being authentic without working so hard. Let's start with the first idea now. Number 1, keep your shirt on. I learned this from Samkon Gado. You may be wondering who this guy is. Well, hear this story out. You see, 7 years ago, it was my very first day of graduate school. I was walking into the Medical University of South Carolina, and in this auditorium sat 600 or 700 students of all the departments. And the dean had the microphone in his hand, and he was randomly passing it to students, asking 3 things of them: your name, your department, and something interesting about you. I looked off in the corner and I saw this ginormous muscular man. I spotted him. It was Samkon Gado. I was a huge football fan back then, and I knew that this guy played for the Green Bay Packers, even scored 7 touchdowns back in 2005. When he got handed the mic, I thought he was going to say that he was in the NFL, an amazing accomplishment, and we would all go, wow. But I'll never forget when he got that microphone and he said, "I'm Samkon Gado, I'm from the Department of Medicine, and I have 4 sisters." And I stopped and I thought, how on earth, when given the opportunity to broadcast an accomplishment, do you not do it? And I realized when you're humble, when you keep your shirt on, you have something great about you, but you keep it to yourself, it makes you more likable. And what's going to happen is you're going to have people like me who advocate on your behalf. Number 2, build an empire. I've made this mistake. Maybe it's out of insecurities or trying to prove my self-worth, but I focus too much on me, trying to build myself up like a building. But I realized what happened is that when you try to build yourself up, often people are trying to tear you down, and it's a never-ending cycle. There's always someone out there who's better than you, and you're going to live a life of misery that way. That's why if you want to be more likable, shift to building an empire. It's no longer about building yourself up, but building other people up. If you want to be liked, compliment, encourage, support, and you'll find that if you stop trying to build yourself up and build others up, you'll be more likable. Number 3, stop taking yourself so seriously. Many people believe they have to be perfect or they have to achieve something to be liked, but the opposite occurs. The more perfect you are, the less relatable you are, and the less likable you become. I realized this years ago. You see, I had an insecurity with my speech. I never knew what to say, and when I did speak, I didn't have confidence behind my words. People even called me Mumbling Mike. I hated it. I went great lengths to never talk. But a friend of mine pointed out that I need to take myself less seriously and just start talking and relax. And once I started to embrace not being perfect, having conversations with people, not sure of myself, not confident, the more I did it, the more confident I became. And people realized that I was okay with who I was, and it made them okay with who they are. You don't have to be perfect. Stop taking yourself so seriously. You're good now. Just go out there and be yourself. Number 4, stop approval seeking. Dr. Wayne Dyer has said that those who receive the most approval tend to seek it the least. I remember back in high school, I would look up internet jokes, rehearse them, your mama jokes, whatever it was, jokes I didn't even feel comfortable sharing, but I thought if I shared them, it would get laughs and I would be liked. The only problem was I didn't like who I was, and I wasn't making a lot of friends that way. Then I started to observe people in my life who were likable and charismatic, and I realized what made them so likable is that they weren't trying so hard. Just be who you are. You see, I'm so into motivational speaking. I'm very enthusiastic about it. Once I started to lean into it, I started making more friends and became more likable. You'll get the same results. Stop seeking that approval, and you'll find that you'll start getting it in abundance. Number 5, know their love language. According to Dr. Gary Chapman, the author of The 5 Love Languages, we have 5 different ways of expressing affection and receiving it. The 5 love languages are words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. You'll likely have 1 or 2 that dominate in your life, but people in your life will have different ones, and I've made this mistake. You see, mine is words of affirmation. I thought I loved hearing this so much, so what I'm going to do is the friends I have in my life, I'm going to encourage them. I'm going to tell them I believe in them. The issue is that they might not have the words of affirmation love language. They might want to be hugged. It might be physical touch. They might want a gift from me. If you take the time to get to know somebody and their love language, you're going to be more likable and even more lovable. And the last idea, support their babies. I remember watching in The Office years ago. This woman, Pam, she's an artist. She was very excited. Her art was being displayed in an art gallery. She invited all her coworkers. The only issue is almost no one showed up. Her coworker Oscar showed up with his partner, but they were looking at her artwork, talking about her behind her back, criticizing her art. On the other hand, her boss, Michael Scott, showed up and supported what she was doing. He was looking at her artwork and saying, "How much? Wow, you did this? This is really great. We have to get this for the office." I saw this episode years ago, but I'll never forget it. If you want to be likable, you want to have more friends, support people's dreams, be there for them, show up and support them. There you have it, 6 ways on how to be more likable and popular. Use them in your life today. And if you want more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to our channel, Your Inspired Life, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss anything. This is your friend Michael from Your Inspired Life, helping you inspire before you expire. Hope you enjoyed this video. Can't wait to see you in the next one.